Hello guys, it is RGM, and today we'll be talking about Metroid Prime Federation Force.
You've probably heard some of the extreme backlash this game got from people like this.
Hacking Federation Force, get off my screen.
But those are the people who just haven't played it. If you've actually played the game, you know that it's actually a really good game for the 3DS. It's just not a Metroid game. Graphics are some of the best I've ever seen on the 3DS, maybe even the best. The game runs almost perfectly on normal 3DS and 3DS XL models. It's actually amazing. So much work and care was put into this game, but unfortunately, it was critically panned. If you enjoyed the Galactic Federation's presence in Metroid Prime 3 as much as I did, then you'll definitely love this game. In Metroid Prime 3, they were always kind of behind you, like covering you and backing you up, which was really cool in my opinion. It was very different from what we'd seen in any other Metroid game, but I think it worked. It was really fun. My favorite part of Metroid Prime 3 is when you're on the pirate homeworld and Admiral Dane comes in with his two heavy weapons troopers and you have to keep them alive until they can place the bomb. That was really awesome. And I had never really cared. Like, I'd played the demo of Federation Force, or no, the Blast Ball on the eShop, but that was before I'd played any actual Metroid games. So, once I played Metroid Prime 3, and then I was thinking about this, I was like, huh, that actually sounds really awesome. And I got it, and it's really good. Another thing that bothers a lot of people is the art style. Now, when I first played the Blast Ball demo, I didn't like it. I still kind of think it looks weird, but I've kind of come to tolerate it, and I actually do kind of like it. The mechs look fine. They're a bit bulky, but that's fine. The actual troopers, though, have like these giant heads, which is not the coolest thing. Like, they could have made them look normal, or at least just made their heads a little smaller. But again, they are helmets. The game is split into 4 different planets with a couple missions each. Now, the first mission that you ever play on the planet Talvania is amazing. I have to praise it so much because it's the most Metroidy thing about this game. It's not really what Federation Force is. It's a lot like Metroid Prime, which is really cool. But it kind of sets up this kind of false thought that you might have, that this is like another Metroid game, which it is in some areas, but it's mostly an action game, which is not a bad thing at all. Let me explain what I mean. There is no scan visor as there is in all the Prime games. Instead, when you lock onto an enemy, it'll show their name, but that's it. Although there are these little scan terminals, which will kind of just tell you something about the world that you're in, or something about previous life forms, or if there's an old Federation base there or something like that. It'll just tell you some basic stuff, or it'll sort of give you hints. Okay, the combat in this game, it looks great, and it feels great. The controls are really good, even on the standard 3DS model. I haven't played on the new 3DS, but on the standard one, you use L with the gyroscope, aim her around, kind of like you did in the original Metroid Prime games, at least 1 and 2. And then you use the circle pad to move around, to, shoot stuff, and L to lock on. So the controls are very reminiscent of the GameCube. Now, when you kill an enemy, this is one of my favorite parts. When you kill an enemy, they don't just disappear. Space pirates will just kind of burn off as if you shot them with the plasma beam. And other enemies might actually fall over. Yeah, you probably weren't expecting that in a 3DS game. Or you were, I don't know. But I really enjoy it. It just adds so much more. Because in Metroid Prime 3, the pirates would fall over when you shoot them. And then disappear. It's pretty close in this game. But it's something I praised the arcade game Carnival for. And it's something I'm praising this game for. It's really awesome. And again, the graphics in this game are so good for the 3DS, and it's really sad that this game got kind of swept under the rug by Nintendo. Okay, playing this game with 4 players is some of the funnest 3DS things you'll ever do. It is awesome. It feels really cool to have 4 players on the map, and it makes the puzzles a little more difficult. It's really fun, and I'd highly recommend it. Okay, spoiler warning. If you don't want to get the ending of this game spoiled, then just skip later on. I'll give a little time frame up here. Oh yeah, and did I mention Samus is also in this game? Yeah, she's the final boss. It's pretty cool. She somehow captured by the space pirates and then mutated to turn giant, and then you beat her, and then she turns small, but then at the end she saves you, and if you played it, it's awesome. It's like the best part of this whole game. She shows up a few other times in the game, for example, assisting you if there's a bunch of pirates or a large Zillo beast. But yeah, Samus's presence in this game, there's not enough Samus in this game. Honestly, I would have loved to see a lot more Samus. But at least she's in it, right? Yeah, also, there's this little mini-game called Blast Ball that they released on the eShop. This is my first introduction to Federation Force, and lots of people like it, but I think it's okay. It's decent. Lots of people compare it to Rocket Jump or Rocket Boost or whatever that game is. Blast Ball is kind of like that. It's Metroid soccer. It's okay. It's kind of fun, but after you played it tons of times, you'll probably lose interest in it. It was actually unveiled at the Nintendo World Championships before Federation Force was announced, which is kind of cool. People got a bit of a sneak peek. But the game, it's decent. It's just a little sideshow. You know what? I'm gonna fix Federation Force. You like that? I made that. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give this game, in single player, a solid 7 out of 10. In multiplayer, however, I think an 8.5 out of 10. Well, that was my review. Thanks for watching. This was RGM.